Hello, friends, family, supporters, adventurers, journeyers through your own personal life experiences. I hope all is going well. I want to announce today that I'm starting a new series on my YouTube channel. Totally Tim downloads of the day. Something different. Let me adjust my camera here. Downloads of the day. So I meditate in the morning, and I'd like to then make a video telling you what I meditated on and what came to me. Now, when I sit down to meditate, I don't have an agenda. I allow the information to flow from a higher channel through me. I'm like a conduit for the truth. After I closed my eyes and I put up my antenna and said, please, I'm here, I'm listening for guidance, this is what flowed through me. The first of three main points that came to me was surround yourself with information and stories about healing, rejuvenation, detoxification, and peace. So to elevate me above the levels of kind of violence and aggression, conflict that, the mainstream news, they're tuned to that frequency. If you don't tune your radio to FM, you're not going to get FM, you're going to get AM. You have to tune to the radio station you want to hear information about. So that was download one. And in between these realizations, I have long periods where my mind space is completely light, and there's not a lot coming into that. And that is exactly what meditation is. It puts you into the flow so that you can have those moments of realization within the quiet mind space. That's what it is, okay? So what came to me next, it's hard to turn this information that I got from there and articulate it through this human language to somebody else, a third party. That's a lot of translation. So you can see why it's challenging for me to do this. I almost lost it, and if I hadn't been able to recall it and it hadn't really absorbed into me and I wasn't able to articulate it, then I would have let it go and I wouldn't have dwelled on it. But it came to me very quickly. And the second download is, there it goes again. Okay, so allowing certain parts of your day to exist and function at a lower vibration, your lower day-to-day self. The to-do list self, the I need to get this done self. It's okay to exist at that point, while also being poised in your higher self and making the broader life decisions from a point of meditative clarity. Because the third download is pretty clear and concise. It's allow spirit to drive you and forget everything else. Allow spirit to drive you and forget everything else. As Davy Crockett would say, bringing it back, and again, you can learn a lot from everybody, every influence, every book, regardless of what that person accomplished in their life, and regardless of what they represent, you can always learn something from people. So it's definitely advantageous to pursue different avenues of knowledge and information. But Davy Crockett said, make sure you're right, and then move ahead. Make sure you're right and move ahead. And it's really on point with my logic too and what came to me today. So, in review, the three downloads of the day that came to me are... Well, it's not really like suspenseful because I already told you. This is just a summary. But did you remember them? Number one is, what was number one? It was manage your influences. Surround yourself with information, stories, and people that represent that which you want to enter into your consciousness. So if that's violence, if that's aggression, if that's learning about greed, if that's learning about conflict, you have your answer. If that's learning about nonviolence, peace, communication, healthy relationship, detoxification, vibrant health and wellness, and peak levels of fun, bliss, enjoyment, living an active life, then you have your answer. You know where to look in the library, okay? But if you go into the library without any intention of what you're going to read, you have to go in there knowing I'm going to look in these sections, because the universe has infinite information out there, and you can maximize the chance that you get what you need when you set the intention, when you go into the library knowing what stack you're looking in. And that brings us to the third most prominent download of the day, which was allow spirit to drive you, meaning allow the good, orderly direction of the universe. You might call it God, you might call it source, you might call it energy, you might call it the universe, but allow it to flow through you, make decisions from a state of meditative clarity, and move forth from there. So make sure you're right and move ahead. Let me know what you think of these downloads of the day. This is sort of going to be the format, but I'm definitely open to changing and making adaptations based on what people would like to see. So what do you want to see these videos look like and sound like, and how am I doing? Let me know. Peace.